Midway down the Philippine archipelago, on its eastern coast, lie the islands of Leyte and Samar. Over 2 million Waray people populate these islands. The Waray are of Malay descent, as are most Filipinos, so they don't look any different. However, they speak a distinctive language called Waray-Waray. Some Waray mechanics have taken the common motorcycle and extended its seat to accommodate more people. They have added shocks to accommodate more weight and a running board to accommodate plenty of feet and cargo. Because the Waray area receives over 100 inches of rain a year, some have even added a roof. The creative Waray have transformed the common motorcycle into a virtual truck. Although Christianity first came to the Waray people 400 years ago, it only placed a veneer over the animism of the past. Idol worship still continues. Only the idols have been replaced by Christian images. Most Waray establishments place images in their stores or lobbies and honor them with flowers and lights. Though the majority of Warays are poor farmers or fishermen that live in rural villages, their government and business leaders live in the city of Tacloban, which has a McDonald's and department stores, as well as other modern conveniences like internet and cell phones. A recent survey showed that less than 3% of the Waray people attend an evangelical church. That means 97% of the people are not studying their Bibles and will likely spend an eternity in hell unless we can get them to read their Bibles and transfer their trust to Jesus Christ. Because the Waray people group is such a large people group, and since there are so few evangelical Christians among them, we have chosen to focus on winning the leaders of Waray society to the Lord. It is hoped that once Waray leaders are committed to Christ, they in turn will be able to influence large numbers of Waray people to turn to God. However, because present Waray leaders often have wealth and power, vices, and a worldview that does not value reading the Bible or a personal faith in Jesus, they are often very difficult to lead to Christ. God began showing us a few years ago that along with trying to reach today's leaders, we should try and reach tomorrow's leaders while they are still young and more open to the gospel. One of the ministries that is seeking to do this is Bethel International School. Bethel was established in June of 2001 with the goal of being the best school in the entire Waray area of the Philippines. In that way, it would attract even non-Christian and secular parents to enroll their children. God provided an 11-acre property for Bethel. In 2001, He provided the first building so that the school could start. Since then, God has provided a covered playground for sports and PE classes, a cafeteria, a 3-story classroom building with an auditorium for chapel and programs, a soccer field, and a high school gym. In an effort to provide the best possible education, Bethel set a maximum size for its kindergarten classes of 20 and for its elementary classes of 25. This is far below the typical class size for other schools in the Waray area that can often reach as high as 50 students per teacher. Though other schools in the Waray area do strive for academic excellence, their focus is mainly on academics. Bethel believes that God has created every child special, even those that may not be capable of excelling academically. For that reason, Bethel focuses on multiple intelligences. It provides activities and clubs to help children discover the gifts that God has given them in music and in drama, athletics, speech, and other intelligence areas. God brought one of the best educators of the entire Philippines to be Bethel's principal. Miss Lucia Subal has been the principal of one of the established international schools of the Philippines for 20 years. Because of her commitment to God, she chose to leave that secular school and join Bethel's staff so that she could help establish a world-class school that would teach students to honor God with their lives. In the third world, the leaders of tomorrow are most often the children of today's leaders because they inherit businesses and have a greater opportunity to be hired for positions of leadership. Many of Bethel's students come from leading Waray families and will most likely grow up to be leaders among the Waray people. This gives Bethel's teachers the responsibility and opportunity to train these future Waray leaders to not only be capable leaders, but also to be leaders who will choose to honor God with their lives. Since most of these children will be enrolled at Bethel from kindergarten through high school, our teachers will have an average of 12 years of influence over them. What a tremendous opportunity to have 12 years to influence these future leaders while they are still young. Our goal is to help them develop a respect for God, a knowledge of God's Word, and a personal faith in Jesus Christ. Because there are so few evangelical Christians among the Waray people, Bethel cannot find enough committed Christian teachers that meet its standards from among the Waray people. Bethel needs American teachers to fill out its teaching staff. Maybe you know someone who is a gifted teacher and who loves children and is committed to training them to be men and women of God. Teaching at Bethel for 1 or 2 years could provide a teacher with a very welcome change of pace, with the excitement and thrill of living in another part of the world, and with the fulfillment of being a part of changing people's lives. Bethel's classes are taught in English, and the school provides housing. So all a person would need to raise is the cost of their tickets and a minimal living allowance. Please tell your friends about this opportunity and ministry need.